All right, so welcome back again, and this is Football Pitch France. And as you know how we do it here, we talk about football, tactical analysis, and here we discuss and dissect matters regarding football. And today we actually want to talk about 5 important moments that actually happen in the world of football, and that's what we call inside the pitch. All right, so we're going to name from number 1 to number 5 of important moments that happen in the world of football. So you better try to stick around to the end of the video to actually see our number 5, because it might actually be a shocker to you. You may not know. Now here in the studio with me, I have Tboy, AFC, and there with me I have Ice Cowboy. All right, so we're going to look at 5 important moments, that actually happened, during the world of football this weekend, last weekend, I mean to say. And there we actually saw a lot of goals, comebacks, and a lot of controversy, even from VAR, I would say. Now, the first on our list is Manchester United. Manchester United home lose against Brighton. It's something really shocking, because prior to that game, Manchester United have actually put out a strong performance against the table leader Liverpool, and even also Man City, and also Arsenal in the FA Cup. Now, going into this game after a narrow win of Ahmad Moment that actually saw them winning that game 3-1 against Southampton. Now, in this game against Brighton, we actually thought it's going to be a different story, because Brighton has been actually getting the better side of Manchester United, over the previous season. But that game, we are really thrilled and shocked, going into seeing that game ended 3-1 for Brighton. How do you see that moment to you right now that happened?
1 minute of silence to all Manchester United fans. Actually, it was not a shocking performance, because Brighton, I don't really know what Brighton have against Manchester United, because I think that Manchester United are Brighton's favourites. They're in a serious relationship, and I think Brighton is the head of the family. Man, look, it was such a sweet performance from Brighton, I can't lie. Despite the fact that we all thought Manchester United are in form, due to their previous match. Ahmad has been blazing. Bruno Fernandes is kind of, reviving himself, you get. But Brighton turned everything around. They are like, we're in control, you understand? Even at Old Trafford. What shocked me is that the disaster happened in Old Trafford, which is not supposed to be so, So, Manchester United have this bad record already towards Brighton, but, they have a good coach. And I think in the first leg, it was not Amorim that played Brighton. It was Erik ten Hag, So I was expecting Amorim to, do a better job against Brighton, because, coming down from 1-0, snatching the victory against Southampton. So who would have thought that the match would have ended that way? You get? So I will give it up to Brighton, because they play their cards well. It's not easy now. It's not easy to go and grab such 3 points in an away match. So I will give it up for Brighton. Shout out to them.
All right, so in that game, you could actually see Ahmad moments in that game. Even many Manchester United fans actually hope to see Ahmad moments in that game, but it didn't happen. And it is what it is. Manchester United crashing out 3-1 in that game. And after the game, the post-match interview of Amorim was very, not really encouraging, because he actually, doubted the confidence of his player by giving out those statements. And it is what it is. Moving over to the second on our list, and that's where we're seeing Manchester City trashing Ipswich. It's 6-0 win in that game. Right now, we can say, is Manchester City back? Because owing to the fact that Pep Guardiola actually, sorted out his divorce issue and whatever, we are actually seeing right now that was a problem from home, but right now it seems sorted. And this result right now over to Ipswich, we saw them trashing, and Foden actually got in a brass that going. How was the moment for you looking at how Manchester actually trashed Ipswich?
Well, Ipswich had that switch off by Manchester City. That switch was off by Manchester City, because Manchester City annihilated the poor boys.
Wow.
Manchester City destroyed the remaining confidence and morale left in that team. Because, and now my question is Manchester City back? Could they be back? Should we be praying for Chelsea? Because that performance was superb. It was a one-team game from the beginning to the end. From the possession to the passes to the touches to everything in the game was controlled by Manchester City. And I just think that Manchester City may just be back. I think they are back, but we'll know from the next match because it's Ipswich. And Ipswich just came out from the relegation. So we can't know if Manchester City is really back until they meet my boys that weekend.
All right, so just one word, what can you describe that moment?
Annihilation.
Annihilation.
Annihilation,
The weekend.
seriously.
All right, so it is what it is. Man City actually blazing hot right now. Skills go past Ipswich in that game. Away match for that matter. It is what it is. Seeing Foden actually coming back and enjoying his football once more. He scored actually a brand that goal. Now going over to the third on our list, and that's where we are seeing Bournemouth going away to Newcastle and actually putting a better performance in that match. Newcastle has actually been having good run of form, recently, but Bournemouth seems not ending because right now it seems to have beaten all the big six, in EPL. That moment going into that game and coming out with that result was something really shocking and extraordinary. What do you have to say about that moment?
Superb. Bournemouth, I think they are the Robin Hood of the EPL this season. Like, they usually know how to deal with the big six. Girl will never collect for Bournemouth, and seriously.
Chelsea. Only Chelsea.
Chelsea is a lucky team though. Like, even themselves, they did very shocked. Like, if not for Reece James' brilliance against Chelsea, man, they would have just balanced everything. You get. Well, shout out to Bournemouth. Shout out to Kluivert. He had a hat trick in that match.
So, what is the moment for you? What's one word to describe that moment?
I would say, it was a superb performance from them, and
superb performance from Bournemouth. All right, so moving over to the fourth on our list, and that's where we are seeing the penalty incident appeal on Koundé. And Barcelona was actually fuming after that match because the incident was clearly something that could have been given a penalty. But to me, the ref actually and the VAR tried to overturn it. What do you have to say about that moment? Because it's something really spectacular and something controversial in La Liga.
That was a pure daylight robbery. That was a clear penalty because we could see the defender holding Koundé with his both arms. They were playing love in the pitch. He held him till he went to the ground. And then we have seen times where they will review cases like this and they'll be like, okay, let us know if the player was on the floor, if there was still contact while he still went to the ground. And obviously, there was contact.
Yeah.
So I want the referee and the VAR to please come and explain to us because the inconsistency of the VAR in the world of football is becoming something else. Should we stick to the referee decisions? Should we let go of the VAR? Because the inconsistency these days is becoming too much. I think the referees and the VAR personnel should undergo series of trainings. They should still take them back to school and train them because this inconsistency is making football very, 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 very unfavorable to some people. And it now seems like they are manipulating the results. We shouldn't be so because football, the game is supposed to be fair. It's supposed to be a fair game, and that's why there's a referee and VAR, all just to make the game fair. And then if the referee and the VAR are not making sure that the games are fair, then I don't see the need. Maybe we should just put 11 players and then just play the football. If not fight, we could fight for the field because the referee and the VAR are not doing anything good for us.
So one word to actually describe that incident and that moment that happened.
Daylight robbery.
Daylight robbery. And that's actually the fourth on our list. And we've actually seen it how Barca actually dropped 2 points in that game. And right now they are sitting comfortably third at the table, which was something, even the president, actually, Laporte actually came and was fuming against, the official because it seems the official are actually against them because even the ban they have since on the transfer was still not something, alleviated from, them. They're having still that saga, and even right now to even register Omo was a problem which they actually went to court, and it seems the officials are really against them, and it was fuming after that match, and we saw it right now. It's a day robbery, and that's what it is right now. So the last on our list is Arsenal. Arsenal thought they actually grabs the late winner with Havertz goal, but it seems that the ball actually kicked his hand. But there was a little bit controversy about that goal because with different angle, it shows that the ball didn't touch his hands, where some angles actually show that the ball actually touched his hands. So right now, it's still another VAR controversy. What do you have to say? You Arsenal fan, tell me, what do you have to say about Havertz goal?
Kai Havertz. It's a pure handball. Like, it's a pure handball. I will be honest. Like, let's forget the fact that I'm an Arsenal fan, that was a clear handball. But if you check it in some angles, it will look as if the ball touched his belly, but at some point it is a clear handball. Like Kai Havertz as a person, like is a kind of striker that doesn't know where to, like he doesn't know how to be in the right position. Okay, you're seeing your player, your teammate wants to shoot the ball. Instead of you to like shift, like he was just there doing nothing. Although he scored in the match, he scored the goal and also took it away from us. If not for Kai Havertz, like we would have won the match. He actually killed the game for Arsenal. And I would blame Mikel Arteta for that because Mikel Arteta loves to play
This is
Havertz.
not Arsenal review, I would say. So to you right now, what do you say? What will you just one word to describe that moment?
Bro, I would say
Is it fair or it's not fair?
It's a fair officiating.
All right.
I'll not blame the officials.
All right, so it's really not controversial from coming from an Arsenal fan. It's a clear handball, and it is what it is, and that's actually makes it the last on our list, and it's actually a wrap on the 5 important moments or incidents that actually happened in the world of football. We've taken a dive into these incidents and tried to see and analyze how controversial and how important those moments were for the respective teams and what really happened and went down. And thank you so much. And in case you've been watching even up to this moment, we appreciate you. And please do like, share, and subscribe, and check more of our videos which you actually have on our channel, like Arsenal review, Chelsea review, and also Manchester United review, and a lot of actually football content 24/7 coming your way on our channel. So do make sure you like, you subscribe to actually see us when we post our videos. And thank you so much. And here in this video with me, I have
Cowboy.
Sano Palmer, and there I have
Tboy,
Tboy,
AFC.
AF. And thank you so much, and humble host Benny Lane, and see you on the next one.